Come on the 26th, guys. There'll be an Olympic event coming up, and they've got this artifact called the Eternal Flame, which is pretty cool because you get a torchbearer that's immune to all damage. And so basically what you're going to do with this is it's going to give you some final crit damage, final skill crit damage, and PAL crit damage until the battle ends. 8 seconds into the battle, it summons a second invincible torchbearer that, when disappears, gives 6% attack speed and 7% PAL attack speed. And then after 15 seconds into the battle, it gives you 9% attack and 10% defense until the battle ends. And 20 seconds into it, that'll exist for 11 seconds, it doubles the bonuses provided by the first torchbearer, which means that now instead of giving you 2% final crit, it's going to give you 4%, 3 until 6, 4 into 8. So obviously for crit builds, it's going to be huge, and that's just for the Eternal Flame artifact. Then we've got the Storm Rider, which, as you might imagine, is going to increase your resistance and shorten the duration of control effects, which basically, during that time, if your health drops by a certain amount, it'll increase your damage resistance by 3% and shorten the duration of control effects by 4% for 8 seconds. The first time HP drops below 60%, you'll get a damage resistance increase by 5%, and it'll decrease the control effects by 6%, and then obviously after 40% health drop, it'll give you a 7% damage resistance bonus, which I think Storm Raider is going to be pretty comparable to Adaptive Slime in terms of what it gives you in damage resistance, but mind you, this isn't crit resistance, it's just damage resistance. So it only helps you in some regard. But I think for people that are looking for resistance and their mounts are going to probably pick this up. In any case, that's really about what you've got to expect. Now, of course, the last time I did cover my Plume Monarch build, people were quick to point out that having full combo is not really all that efficient in a Plume Monarch build, and they're right. I mean, really about all you need to do is bring your crit rate up to 40%, bring up your crit damage and your combo multiplier, and I did manage to get the Bloodstained Blade, which I think worked out really well. I will say the only thing I wish I hadn't done was get Wildlife Piercer. I think it'd be better to get Eye of the Abyss. So that's now the next piece that I'm going after, is hopefully to get Eye of the Abyss and be able to then finally get that extra added stat. But otherwise, as far as my enchants go, the only thing I tweaked was basically I took the basic attack out of the build, really, and I'm focusing now on crit damage and combo. And once I finally get this swapped out for something that provides combo and also crit damage, then it'll be complete. And as far as my avians go, I'm still tweaking Anubis to kind of get a better set of passives. We're just not quite there yet. I'll hopefully run those and we'll see where that gets us. As far as my pals go, I ended up swapping it out for the deer pal and got rid of the chicken, basically is all I did. And that little tweak actually does help tank a little better. I really don't know if there's any better slots, so if you guys have some suggestions there, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, as far as Limit Breaker goes, I mean, really, this is pretty straightforward event. You're basically playing Mario. You just tap and hit the coins. That's literally all there is to this. I mean, and of course, assuming you don't just get cooked and off yourself like that, like right away, like I did, because, that won't at all happen. But it's, no. Assuming you don't see now, I screwed that up. Oh, dang it. Just wasn't prepared for that. Oh, well. Whoa. I mean, it's like a little bit of a knee-jerk reaction there when that, jumps like it does. But either way, we got what we needed, so, but yeah, that's basically that. And of course, obviously, we still got Summer Carnival going on. PS5s this week. Last week, there was iPhone 15 and a Switch. Obviously, you've got that going on. But overall, guys, I mean, if anything, I'm looking forward to hopefully getting better pieces. I just haven't quite got the accessory that I'm looking for in the artifacts department. I'm pretty happy with what I got. I think it'd be nice to see getting Eye of the Abyss or something along those lines. I just haven't really gotten it yet. But otherwise, that's really about where I'm at in the build and everything. About the only thing I recommend you adjust also is in your prayer statue, go full combo if you can. I mean, that, I think, no doubt in my mind, is definitely the way to go. I'm still not quite there yet where I've got a full triple set of Triple S yet, but we're getting really close. But overall, the crit change was really huge. Obviously, you want to make sure you're doing this crit rate and combo, or combo and crit rate, and then just run that. And basically, you want, I mean, yeah, you can get picky about 2 stats, in my opinion, because once you've got enough, there's really no reason not to. But as far as the tweaks go, obviously this week is Soul Rush, so if you haven't already, start pumping all your souls into your stats. Obviously, anything or everything as far as enchantments go are going to be giving you points towards an event, so you'll want to make sure you're in a habit of salvaging these. Now, just for fun, I'm just going to go ahead and pop a couple of these since I had some, and then whoops, a little too far. We'll go ahead and salvage what I got there, and then we'll go ahead and upgrade our crit resistance, and that should give it, well, so of course I don't have to watch the campaign run through. Yeah, I mean, that's really about all there is to that. But of course, that Soul Rush is dire for a lot of people. If you've been saving, you'll have more than enough ready to go. Of course, trying to get a Dapis Slime is going to be nice in terms of what you get in the damage taken. I mean, there's so many nice things about even some things like Cloud Drifter for a lot of profit builds and such. I just haven't gotten there yet, but hopefully I'll eventually acquire enough to get kind of passed by, I guess. As far as like the actual shop goes, I mean, really about all I've got left in here now is I got to save for the next 4,000, which is kind of a, I don't know, it's kind of wonky, but let's go ahead and see how well we do now that we've made our tweaks for PvP. And I might have to still make some tweaks in the skills, to be honest with you, but I don't think this is like the worst possible skill combo that you could possibly be using. You know, it's like it's not the best, but it's not the worst either. So like there, I at least won that battle. I'll just kind of see what, if anything, makes a difference. Oh, see, that was so close. It was like almost a 1-to-1 there. But, you know, as you can tell, it's made a big difference in terms of, like, how well my build has been doing. Like, it just, night and day is, it definitely, like, it made more sense to get crit in this build, and I see why. Because you need that crit damage. You really do. You know, I mean, that literally made the difference between winning and losing. I'm sure there's still more I can tweak, but you can see here I'm not doing near as bad as I was before. So, that said, that guy's advice was solid, and props to him for the advice, because it goes to show it really did pay out. And it wasn't that hard to adjust either. But anyways, it looks like we may end up winning in the ranking here, maybe. So we're absolutely shredding. So with any luck, maybe we'll rank and promote past Diamond 2. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.